Hi girls. So today I'm doing for you the 19 random things about me tag. I haven't actually been tagged to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I have really enjoyed reading the various videos around YouTube on this particular tag, and I just think it's really fun, and there's a few people that I would like to tag to do this, so I'm just gonna do it. Does that make me a loser? Alright, it's kind of long, so I'm just gonna get going. So the first random fact about me is I am extremely sarcastic. To the point where it gets me in quite a bit of trouble a lot of times, especially with my husband or my family members. Most people who know me quite well know when I'm kidding or when I'm like being facetious or whatever, but people who don't know me that well are often kind of like taken back a little bit, I think, because I am extremely sarcastic. I'm actually trying to work on it, but things just come to me, and I'm kind of quick-witted too, so when you put those two things together, it's kind of a bad combination. Anyway. Second random fact is I play the piano. I started playing piano when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I still play today. So I went through Royal Conservatory, and I think I went to like grade 6. I honestly don't even remember, but I hated it. So I dropped out of Royal Conservatory, and then I just continued on with piano lessons until I was 16. And then from then on, I just kind of tinker on my own. Yeah. Number 3, I am very claustrophobic. Kind of not really to the point of small spaces. I mean, I do not like small spaces, but I don't really ever go into small spaces. So I'm more just claustrophobic, like within my own body. And it's kind of hard to explain, but like for instance, with my arm, right where my arm bends, this is going to make me sound crazy probably, but if I'm in a position or in a situation where I cannot like straighten that bend, I will literally go insane. So like if we're in a vehicle or something, I can't sit in the middle because I know that I can't like do this. I don't know. It's so weird. Same with my legs. Like if my legs are bent, I don't know. I'm very claustrophobic. I probably should never ever go into like tight, tiny spaces either, but I've never actually tried. I'm sure it would make me crazy though. Number 4, I am a makeup artistry student at the moment. I am a student of QC Makeup Academy. It's an international makeup academy. And the weird thing is that like a year ago, I really owned barely any makeup. I owned like a couple bottles of foundation and a few eyeshadows, like mascara, your basics, and that's pretty much it. But then I moved to a new place and I lost all my friends and I needed something to do. So I developed a rather unhealthy obsession with makeup. And I have grown like quite a good collection in the last year, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. And now I'm a makeup artistry student, which is something I've always wanted to do. And I think the reason why I just never owned makeup before was because I couldn't afford it. And I don't know. I don't know why. But now that's what I'm doing. Number 5, I do not like watching other people eat. It really grosses me out. I don't know why. Like, if someone's eaten a nice juicy burger and they take a bite and then they get like grease strips in the side, or they have like mustard or something dripping down their face, I seriously won't be able to finish my food. I don't know, it's weird. I do not like watching other people eat. I'm sure that I'm not the most pleasant person to watch eat either, but I don't have to watch myself eat, so I'm fine with that. So don't eat in front of me. Number 6, my greatest fear is driving my car into a body of water. I don't like deep water. I can't really swim that well, and I think I've just seen too many movies, quite frankly, where people throw their car off a bridge and are submerging into a deep abyss, and that really freaks me out. So every time that I go over a bridge in my car, it like I grip the steering wheel so tight and I'm like, nobody talk to me. We just got to get over this bridge. I don't know. It's not healthy, I don't think, but that is definitely my biggest fear. Like, I do not ever want to have to try to climb out of my car when it's sinking in water. Number 7 is I do not have any keepsakes. Like, I don't have anything from my childhood or just nothing from growing up. Well, like, I have a few photos and stuff, but nothing like super sentimental other than photos. I am so opposite of a pack rat. It's not even funny. Like, I throw everything out. My husband gets really mad at me because he'll be like, oh, hey, babe, where was that so-and-so? And he knows the answer. He's like, you threw it out, didn't you? I throw out everything. Everything. Like, if it's laying around and it's in my way, I won't even really look to see what it is. I'll just throw it out because I don't like clutter in my house. And I kind of sometimes wish that I had a few keepsakes from, like, when I was a kid. And at one time I had, like, my stuffed clownie. That was my first stuffed animal. But over the years, they all just kind of flew off. That's what happened. They flew off. I didn't throw them out. They sprouted wings and they flew. Number 8, I got married when I was 18. I met my husband when I was 16 years old, and for me, it was love at first sight. But he happens to be 7 years older than I am, so it took him a little bit longer to see the light and fall in love with me. But, well, I think he always was in love with me. He just wouldn't admit it because he didn't want to admit he was in love with a kid. Like, picture him graduating high school, and I was in grade 5. He's, like, walking past the playground, like, hey, hottie, you on the swings? That's what it would have been like. That's weird, right? Anyway, it doesn't really make a difference now, because I'm 28, he's 35. I'm almost 28. He's 35, and now people, like, don't even question it. But back then, when I was 16 and he was 23, people were all up in our business. Number 9, I am terrified of the dark. That is right. I sleep with lights on when my husband is not home. And even when he is home, if all the lights are off in the house and I need to get from one room to another, I will get him to go and, like, turn all the lights on in the path that I need to go. It's kind of a sickness, really. I think they should have a support group for people like me because I'm kind of old to be afraid of the dark. I know that, but I am. Number 10, I have been in 3 car accidents. The first one was when I was 16. I was driving my parents' minivan, and I just was trying to switch lanes, and I failed to shoulder check, and I sideswiped some farm truck, which was like 100 years old. And my vehicle was clearly the newer one, and his was like really, really old with like hay coming out the back of it. Anyway, I sideswiped the guy, and I dented his truck, but I don't think that I should have had to put that on my insurance because his truck was so old anyway. I mean, the dent maybe was even there before I did it. So that was number 1. Number 2 was I took my parents' minivan again to school, and I was almost at school, but I was right in front of the school, actually, and a woman in front of me put on her brakes and her turning signal, whatever, if that's important, I don't know. But she put on her brakes and turn signal and stopped, and I smashed into the back of her. And the unfortunate part was, even though it was technically just a fender bender, it totaled my parents' minivan because it, like, bent the whole chassis of the vehicle. So it was a total write-off. It was very unfortunate for them. And for me, they didn't let me drive their car again after that. Shocking, right? So then I got my own car, and I let my husband drive it, who's now my husband. I don't think he was then, maybe. Anyway, he was driving it, and he pulled out in front of a big truck going like 100 million miles an hour, and it T-boned us, and our car spun, and all of our tires flew off, and it was quite traumatic. It totaled my car. And I've never had my own car since. I have like a minivan now that's like my swaggin' wagon for my kids. But as far as like my own car goes, that was the end of it. Which I guess was kind of payback for everything bad I did to my parents' car. So, sorry. Number 11, I had mono during my grade 12 year about 3 months before I graduated. And I was sick for 2 entire months, like deathly ill. I was so sick. If you've ever had mono, I don't know, it hit me really hard. For 1 entire month, I was in bed. I could not get out of bed. I couldn't eat anything, drink anything. Like, I was like sick. And then for a month after that, like once I could still get out of bed and like walk around and stuff, I still had to stay in my house and not be in contact with other people because I was still contagious, I guess. So it was 2 months of in the house, very sick. And the good thing was it was 3 months before I got married. So I lost like 25 pounds, which was perfect for my wedding dress. And it was not so good for my schooling, though, because I was, like, trying to graduate, and my teachers were not super understanding about it. And anyway, it's a long story. The main point is that I've had mono, and it is very bad. So don't go around kissing boys, because that's what happens. It's the kissing disease, and it really sucks. Kissing, so not worth it. Number 12, my favorite food is probably peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I don't eat them very often because they are not healthy for you, but I really love them. And I like to peel the crust off first and eat the crust first, and then I like to eat the insides where the bread is really nice and soft, and I like pull it apart. Also, when I eat hamburgers, I pull my hamburgers apart too. That's kind of weird. Just really noticing that. Anyway, not the point. The point is that I like peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and I like to pull them apart and eat them, and I could actually probably eat one right now. I really want a peanut butter and jam sandwich right now. I'm not gonna because it's late, but I could. Number 13, my favorite movie is The Holiday with Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, and Jude Law. And it's kind of weird because I strongly dislike Cameron Diaz as an actress. Ever since my best friend's wedding, when she got the guy at the end of the movie and Julia Roberts didn't. Oh, sorry, I hope you've seen that movie. I'm sure you have. It's old. But anyway, ever since then, I have just not been able to stomach her as an actress. But when The Holiday came out, I just fell in love with that movie, and I could watch it every night. And Jude Law is so handsome, and he's so romantic in that movie, and both Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz do just a beautiful job acting. So if you've never seen that movie, I strongly suggest you go watch it. It is my favorite. Number 14, I wear glasses. Wow, those are really dirty. Anyway, I have astigmatism, and I need glasses to correct it. And when I don't wear my glasses, I get migraines and just severe headaches. But yet, I still very rarely wear them because I hate them. I hate having things on my face. They drive my nose crazy, and I just hate them. So I don't ever wear them, and I get headaches all the time, and then I get in trouble for not wearing my glasses. It's just a bad situation, but I do wear them occasionally at home when no one sees me. Number 15, I do not read books. I don't enjoy reading. When I do pick up a book, which never happens, but if I were to pick up a book and try to read it, I get really sleepy and fall asleep, or I get a headache because I'm trying to read a book without my glasses on, or I just have never enjoyed it. I did, however, read the Twilight Saga series. Twilight Saga, I think that's what it's called. And I did enjoy that because I loved the movies and I wanted to read the books and whatever. But as a general rule, I don't read. And I probably should because I need to teach my kids to read. But for myself, I just don't enjoy it. I would rather take a hot bath or watch a good movie or anything, make YouTube videos, anything other than read. I do not like it. Number 16, I drink a spinach and blueberry smoothie every single morning for breakfast. It tastes delicious and it's healthy for my body, and I just really love it. It keeps me full until lunch, and I like to make it extra thick so that I can eat it with a spoon, because if I drink cold things too fast I get brain freeze and I don't enjoy that. So I eat it with a spoon, nice and slow, and sometimes, like this morning, if I'm in a hurry, I'll even eat it in the shower or drink it in the shower, whatever. Yep, that's how I roll. Number 17, I hate baking. I know that that is not a normal thing for a woman to say, because I think all women like baking, but I do not like baking. I am a very good cook and I enjoy cooking. I'll make adventurous things and whatever, like as long as I have a recipe. I'm not one of these like I can make up my own recipes kind of girl, but I can follow a recipe great and I can make good food. But I do not like baking. I hate measuring. Everything has to be precise. If you miss an ingredient, then everything flops and you got to throw it in the garbage. There's just nothing about baking that's enjoyable for me, except for the after fact when you get to eat it all. But even that isn't enjoyable for me, because once on the lips, twice on the hips. We all know that little rhyme, and it seems to be true. So yeah, baking I dislike. Number 18, I am never late. I mean, never is maybe not a fair word. I mean, maybe sometimes I'm late, but I pride myself on being early for everything. I really do not like it when people are late, and it makes me feel like my time is not important to them or whatever. So I really make an effort to never be late for things. And usually I'm really early for things. I don't know. I could give you examples, but you get the idea. And Sunday mornings when we're trying to get to church doesn't start till 11:30. But my husband is a super duper dawdler, and he will take he won't leave the house till 11:25 if he had it his way. So Sunday mornings I'm yelling at everybody, waving a stick like this. Here's my wooden spoon. Don't ask me why I have a wooden spoon next to me, but I'll be waving it around get your butt ready, get dressed, get your shoes on. My kids are all running around and I'm get ready, because I don't like to be late. So I would rather get myself worked into a complete frantic frenzy every time that we have to go somewhere just so that we're on time. I would much rather do that than be late for something. And last but most definitely not least, number 19. I love to dance. I mean, I'll dance for you right now. I'm not good at dancing, but I like dancing. No, I'm not good at dancing, but I really do love dancing. I'm the kind of person, I'm a total car dancer. I'm driving and I'm yeah, this is a good tune right here, bopping on my steering wheel, and people pull up beside me and they look over, and then I stop and I'm all embarrassed, and then as soon as we get through the green light, I'm all this again. And sometimes if we're having a really bad day and I'm mad at my kids and they're mad at me and we're just not nothing's working for us, I'm just okay, everybody stop. We need to congregate in the living room right now. And we all run to the living room, and I turn on the stereo as loud as I can. My poor neighbors, I'm sure they can hear the bass, boom, boom, boom. But it's okay, because it gets us through our day. And then me and my kids, we just shake it up. And we dance. And our favorite song right now is Fire by Raghav, I think it's called. My kids love that one. And we dance a lot to that. And anyway, we have very frequent dance parties in our house. And I love weddings because I can dance at them. And it's really the only other place I get to dance. My living room and weddings. So if anyone I know wants to get married and invite me so that I can come dance at your wedding, I would love that. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue dancing with my kids in my living room. And while I make YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm really not good at it. Okay, so that is it. Now remember, this is a tag video, so I am going to tag a few people, but I'm already really long in my minutes here, so I'm just going to list everyone that I'm tagging below, and then I'll send you a message to your inbox too if I've tagged you. So read the comments or the information box below, and then if I tagged you, please make this video, because it's so much fun, and I really love to watch yours because I love them. Love them. Random fact number 20. I love tag videos about 19 random facts about you. Yes, you. Okay, I'm so done. Bye. Thanks for watching.